welcome everybody. I kind of screwed up, Yeah, I kind of screwed up. I did not play the intro thing as early as what I was supposed to. And so needless to say, all that crap that I usually say, just insert that right now. Good job. Thanks for helping out. So I am joined in studio today by none other than Mr. Vacker and Renita. How y'all's doing?
Doing good.
Ta-da!
Good. I've had a lot of fill of speaking on air.
Yeah, well, you chose to sit in that chair, so I don't want to hear your complaints.
You invited me to join you.
This is true, but you did not have to say yes.
I didn't want to say no to be mean,
Oh, you could have.
I actually couldn't have. I would have felt mean, like really bad.
And it would have been horrible. I would have had to hurt you. Ow, crap.
Exactly. See? So there was no saying no.
Yes.
That scared me.
You jumped.
I was trying to fix
that. Was awesome. Well, guys, welcome everybody. Welcome Spreaker. Welcome Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, Periscope, and Facebooks. How y'all's doing? I'm seeing some people in the chat already, and that is totally awesome. So, yeah, very, very cool. Oh, I got all kinds of people showing up. That's awesome. So, yes, welcome. Today, I love the topic. It was like, I'm thinking of a topic. I'm like, what can I actually do this thing on? Well, I've got topics. Yes, I do. I've got topics. How about you? I don't know. These are the things that just will pop into my head absolutely randomly. I can't help it. I can't stop it. And I try not to because it's so much fun for me.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. What can I say? It was funny. It cracked me up. But there's quite a few different things going. Ooh, should I start off with, yes, I'm going to start off with that.
Don't ask me. It's your show.
I'm going to, though. I've decided. That's what I'm going to do. What?
Oh, so it's not just a title. You actually do have topics.
I do have topics.
Is my microphone working?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. Yeah.
See?
Sí, señorita.
It just sounds really quiet.
Hold up.
What
microphone is she, or what headphone is she?
I'm the golden ones.
I think it's that.
How about now?
You went up a lot.
Did you? Well, yours should be up too.
Now,
yeah. Okay. Yeah, her volume is that one right there. Okay, we're having fun with stuff. Just bear with us for just a couple seconds. But yes, so today, what did you do earlier?
We just got done having a test show.
That is awesome. So yes, he has a show that he does on Spreaker called the Green Dragons Inn, and Everything Geek, and I absolutely love the subtitle, I guess you'd call that you got on the show.
Oh, we are all geeks for something.
Yeah, that's an awesome title. So yeah, he just got done doing that. I liked it. It went good. It was cool. It was a good show.
You mean we?
Yes.
Sorry, you discluded me.
apologize. I'm sorry.
I felt depressed. By the way, I'm a host.
The host
too.
and
the hostess.
Hostess. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I apologize. I'm sorry.
I forgive you for now.
Yes, just got that up and going, and I also got some pretty awesome news a few days ago.
Yes.
So I am on, as you guys know, the multiple platforms here. I am also, the podcast is available on Google Podcasts, and I am on Spotify. And I just recently, like Thursday, got accepted into iHeartRadio. So you can now search me through there, pull up the Ho Ho Show, and you will find me. I'm the only one under the podcast category. So I'm excited about that. Definitely awesome stuff. So I know it's like,
you're happy.
So yeah.
Yeah, very, very awesome.
Oh no.
Ooh, what happened?
Well, good morning, Mr. Solomon. How are you doing today? And let's see. It is, man, that's horrible. The I got a notification on here that you had said something, but I didn't get like anything pop up in the actual in the actual
Chat bubble.
chat box.
Oh, there it is.
What do you mean you can't chat in Spreaker, Mr. Gavin? You misspelled Spreaker, by the way.
It's not speaker.
What do you mean? You go into where it says, well, mirror.
Mirror.
Well, or you can just chat there. I mean, it doesn't matter. Wherever you want to chat from. It's
Yeah,
cool.
you can chat from either, Gavin.
Yeah, it's cool.
There's no way for me.
Well, yeah, it is. Tap here.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, okay. Just go to YouTube.
Oh, because he doesn't have a...
It's something that's got to link in and tie into something. So, yeah.
Oh,
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
just go to YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go to YouTube. Yeah, we're good. Hey, there we go. Hello, Doug. He showed up in Spreaker chat. Very, very good. And yes, I am going to. He said he'd call in later on in the show, and that's what I forgot to do.
What'd you do?
I forgot to test Skype.
Well, you'll get to test it now.
I'll be able to test it shortly. I'm not going to have it call in just yet. I went ahead and I did turn it up. So okay, there we go. Now it should work whenever we get there. But so got that stuff going on. So I'm definitely excited about that. And there's a handful of topics that's like, I mean, there's been a lot going on this week. There's been a lot that I've been hearing about stuff and whatnot. And I mean, there's stuff out there that's like, dude, okay, I can do this in 2 different shows. Like, because I've been considering this. It's like, do I do a show today basically covering the news, just news and different cultural stuff on this show, and then tomorrow make everybody mad?
Oh, no.
Or do I want to do all of it at the same time? So that's kind of where I'm sitting at right now. It's like, do I do the news and culture and different politics stuff and tick people off? Or just do the first today and then the latter tomorrow. So it's like, I don't know, because I'm telling you guys, there's some definite tick off stuff that's going to be going on. And because I just know it's going to happen. I just do,
You know, but you don't care.
you
do care. It's just you choose to not care.
Yeah.
At the same time.
That's kind of what it amounts to. I mean, I could so go and just do the whole thing, tick everybody off. But, I mean, I don't want to, but I don't care. Dilemma. So let's go ahead and get into the first story. Let's go ahead and start this show. Got to find my mouse. I lost my pointer. I didn't know where my pointer ran off to. So let's see here. Hey, let's go ahead and start with Netflix. So this article comes from Complex. I have a Complex. That's what it says, Complex. It's Complex. So the headline is, Netflix is interrupting binge watching sessions with commercials. So just in case you guys didn't know, Google is going to be starting a streaming service. And I guess one of their things that they're wanting to do is basically, really be a competitor for Netflix. That's what they're, looking at doing. And I was like, Steve says, piss him off. Yep. I'm not, no. So, yeah, but they're basically saying, they're wanting to be a competitor for, Netflix, and that's pretty much what their intended goal is. So, I mean, how do you feel about that? More competition, maybe drive the price down? How do you feel about that?
I hadn't even heard of Google doing any of this until like today that you guys started talking about it, honestly.
No, they released there was an article that came out a few days ago. So it was just something recently that Google put out.
Yeah, it hasn't been very long.
Okay, well, honestly, Google does have the power to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's popular, obviously. Everyone turns to Google whenever they have problems, so honestly, I could see it happening. What?
I seen a meme the other day.
Oh, no.
Actually, it might have been earlier today. It's like, can I Google about Googling or something? I'll just Google it. I don't know. It just... It cracked me up. I don't remember what it was, what it said.
Right.
Yeah. But, you got a point, though. I mean, because Google's got the name recognition. They got the, they've got the yes to be able to do that and definitely be a
competitor, serious one.
Yeah, is a very serious competitor for him. So, I mean, definitely has the opportunity to, drive down prices and, a lot more competition, different things of that nature. And, it's going to be one of them things that is going to make them both do, what's that word I'm looking for? Special content. Exclusive content.
Packages.
There we go.
Packages.
And not really packages, but I mean exclusive content. Stuff that because there's shows that you can get on Netflix that you can't get anywhere else, and that's
Yeah.
what these places are going to have to do. Netflix, in order to keep their competitive edge, is to.
They have quite a few Netflix originals.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
dude,
goodness.
I'm actually very impressed with their library of just Netflix original
Yeah.
flicks. Yeah. I'm actually quite impressed with it because they've got a lot of really good shows in there.
Yeah. I've enjoyed some of the ones. I'll randomly pick something. I'm like, Netflix made this. I have nothing to do in my life. Let's waste an hour.
No, why not?
Well, I think because here recently they're really pumping out these original series. I mean, a lot of them,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and that costs money.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I can see them throwing the ads in. Well, if you don't want ads anymore, you're going to have to pay a little bit more to have the ads taken off.
And that's what I
Yeah.
think that they're doing that for because they're wanting to throw another level of, a subscription fee in order to, counter that. Hey, if you don't want to see the ads, and you can pay additional money, and then you're not seeing the ads.
Like
But
if it just shows an ad after every 2 or 3, I'd be okay with that. But if it showed an ad after every video, I'd probably pay to not see ads.
Well,
Right.
Hulu's like that.
Yeah.
You can buy the basic package, but you have commercials. If you don't want the commercials, you just pay I think it's $2 more.
Don't we pay $2 more?
Yeah,
to
I
have
pay the
commercials?
extra $2 more
Yeah,
because
I
I'm
was gonna say.
I'm so sick of the commercials.
'Cause Tink doesn't pay for no commercials. Oh my god, it would drive me insane.
And truth be told, that's one of the reasons why I'm not on Hulu because they don't have, all that much exclusive content that you can't find either with Amazon Prime or with Netflix. And it's like,
Netflix-
why?
Some of my shows, Netflix has the start of it, but they don't continue on. They just basically give a taste of it.
Oh, like the entire series or,
Yeah.
the, additional
That's
seasons
why
and
I
whatnot.
like
Yeah.
Hulu.
Yeah.
I like both Netflix and Hulu, honestly.
I do Netflix and Amazon Prime, but I do a
Yeah.
lot of shipping though too. So I mean, getting that free shipping through Prime stuff, it helps. It's a very nice thing. So yeah, so there's that. Yeah, Doug doesn't like Hulu, and I'm really not a fan. I mean, I got to be honest, I'm really not a fan of Hulu myself either.
I think about the only thing I like Hulu for is there's a lot of series, current ones, and they have everything. They have the entire
Yeah, and
seasons, all the seasons for them.
And Howard sums it up very nicely. Commercials suck, and yes, they do.
Yeah, honestly, because my mom would pay to where there was only a commercial whenever you first started something, and there wouldn't be any more commercials if you're binge watching. I don't know what we were watching, but it only did a commercial on the first thing. What are you doing?
Good morning, Mr. Vacker. How are you doing today, sir? We got another Vacker in here.
Which factor? What?
That would be probably Colton.
Oh,
Yep. He popped in on
God, you're listening to all the shows
Facebooks.
today.
Yeah, that's awesome, sir. Well, let's see. Should we go ahead and do another? Let's go ahead and do another article. Why not? This one's a little crappy article. It's definitely it's a crappy topic.
I mean, literally, or
Yes, actually, literally. Yeah,
I'm
this headline
squinting
comes from
to
ABC
see.
News. Headline is State of Emergency Declared in Florida amid toxic red tide outbreak in Gulf Coast. Apparently, what happened was there was, and I don't remember how many gallons, like thousands and a bunch of gallons, a lot of gallons of raw sewage.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
nice.
Oh, yeah, wow. Yeah, raw sewage was done. They know they had a problem down in Mexico. I forget what city, but they had a problem down in there, and it was just spilling out all kinds of sewage into the Gulf, and it was bad. Yes, a poop story.
Who said that?
Howard. Howard said that, dude. Okay, all right. I've got to share this story.
You got to do it after the article.
So what you're saying is Mexico has a poop story.
Mexico has a poop story. Mexico had a poop. Yeah. So, okay, you're right. Let's go ahead and finish with the story right quick. But yeah, that's what it was. And there's one of them things that they are suspecting that this was basically an act of war. You know, not that the that the spill itself was on purpose, but that they kept it quiet, and it really went on for a while before they did anything about it. And they're estimating that the cleanup cost is going to be upwards of around $500,000.
Oh my!
Yeah, and some are even saying more.
Poo bill.
Wow.
Ugh. That's a big bill. Ugh.
I might, Mr. Howard. So, poop story. All right, guys. Well, let's see. I've got a couple. I got a couple that I heard.
Howard,
good.
Do you
and greetings, Mr. Walters, huh?
I'm like, Howard, do you condone your poop story? Are you accepting us to say it? Come on, you know you want
what was
to.
His? Oh yeah, that was his.
Come on, guys, let's do it.
All right. So what happened was, all right, my boy, I got a buddy. I claim his as my own. You know, I claim him as my son. You know, and well, you know the adage. You know, you never trust a fart. He did. He gambled on the fart and lost. He was like, I shit myself. I'm so proud of him. Love you, son.
Everyone has gambled on a fart and lost.
He just totally gambled on it. Yeah.
At least once.
Oh, hey, cool. Yeah, Doug says that he's got the same hat. So yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. The thin blue line, man. That's awesome.
That was actually a topic starter at a Tasty Treat last night for me. Yeah.
Yeah. I had an older couple talking to us. They were really sweet and nice. And they actually waved goodbye to us and everything. Whenever we were walking back to our car, they smiled and waved goodbye.
Awesome.
And she actually helped me decide on what I wanted to eat of ice cream.
Yes, Mr. Fact, that is the red tide near the Panhandle. That's what that's part of it. You know, the bacteria that's causing that. So yeah, there's like no no swimming that they allow in the beaches right now because of that. I mean, just a lot of bacteria.
Who would feel like they would want to swim in that? Like,
well, whenever there's no
warning
crap in there, then of course you'd want to swim, but otherwise you just mistake it for Lake Taylorville.
No,
I swam in it. Me and Gavin swam in it.
Yeah, but it's different when it's just dirty water and
crap water.
Yeah, it's different. So guys, we are. Oh, your house is like two blocks from the Gulf, dude. So, is it?
Get some pictures, man,
dude. Yeah. How is it down there? I mean, is it because from some of the people that I was hearing, now this was actually in Canada, of where the not Canada, California, I believe, that the sewage dump was really getting into, and why they're talking about it in with the Gulf as well, mixing it. Well, okay, you know what? I think I'm talking about two different stories here with the red tide. I think I am. I might actually very much be talking about two different stories. Yeah, because the red tide is a toxic algae that is bloomed in there. I hate it whenever I do that because my mind gets two different things and then it just puts it together and makes one big story. So what happened was the red tide algae was feeding on the stuff and then spreading it. Don't mind me.
The poop.
So, yeah, with... over there at the Gulf, is the red tide, because I have heard that they were, shutting down some, shutting down the beaches and whatnot, not allowing swimming because it's causing some, problems with people killing fish and birds and wildlife and all kinds of other things. So, but the poo is going on the other side, and it's a bad deal too.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how that was tying in with the red tide.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I know.
See, the squirrel moment was going on during the show. I hate it when I'm doing that. Ooh, he's ordering pizza. Oh,
I want
That actually
pizza.
sounds good.
sir, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'm a
honestly.
fat kid. Guess what we're ordering?
Hey,
Yeah,
we gotta
hell
get
yeah.
ice cream first because you ate mine.
She told me I could.
No, I said you could have some, and you heard wrong.
I cannot confirm nor deny anything that she is saying right
Excuse
about now.
me.
I cannot confirm nor deny anything that she is saying right now.
Do you want me to come over this table?
She ain't got the balls.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive she does. So, guys, we're going to go ahead and take a break. And when I return, we got some other news I'm going to be bringing up. I'm going to be talking about one of them things that I know darn good well. This is going to get me passionate. This is going to get me yelling. It's going to get me screaming. I'm going to be upset. I'm going to be mad.
So I should take off my
Just
headphones.
telling you, this next article is going to be making me mad. I already know this. Taco pizza.
Oh yeah, I seen that. I want
Taco
that
pizza.
sounds
I've never
amazing.
had taco
It's
pizza.
amazing.
Oh, you never had
have to
taco
get
pizza?
it tonight.
Wait, no. From Casey's.
Yes. Oh my
Yeah,
I've
I've
had
had
it.
their taco. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
had
I've had
their
it.
taco
It's
pizza.
bomb.
Really, really good. So, guys, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break, and when I return, I will definitely let you know. Yeah, I will definitely let you know, sir. And it'll probably be after we get done doing this next article, because I'm talking about judges and Obama and Trump and what judges do to Obama and Trump at the same time. Be right back. Stop it. There we go. Oh yeah, food is always good. Oh yeah. And welcome back to the Ho Ho Show. How are you guys doing today? So, Ew, how about some gator? No. All right, so as I promised, a topic that's really going to get me fuming, and I already know that it is. I read this, and it ticked me off to no end. Holy crap. Let's cut the music out. All right, so this article comes from Conservative Review. No. She wasn't singing. You can be a backup singer, though. Backup singer? No? You don't want to be a backup singer?
No,
oh, come on.
Not live, no.
You've got to...
I barely sing in front of Matt and Gavin, let alone... No.
It'll be good.
No.
All right, anyway. The headline is, according to judges, Trump is bound by Obama, not the law and the Constitution.
What? Can you read that again?
I would most definitely read that again.
Wait, what?
According to judges, Trump is bound by Obama, not the law and the Constitution.
Okay, I'm going to quote General Mattis here.
Uh-huh.
These guys have to be smoking something.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
They're passing it
So
in
now you know
there.
why this was infuriating me.
Now, are they Supreme Court judges or just
Absolutely
judges
not.
all over?
This was a Georgia judge, and he was doing a ruling on okay, it gets, what I just said, it gets worser.
Oh my.
It gets so much more worser. I'm
Worse
telling
than
you
your
guys.
Grammar?
Oh, yeah. I'll let you know, Mr. Newton. I will definitely let you know. I'm getting into this one right now. Worser. Oh yeah, so much more worser. See, I like blending the things when it comes to language. It's fun for me. I could say more worse. Actually, I don't even think more worse is grammatically correct, is it?
No. I don't believe it is.
I don't think it is either.
But I don't
School
know.
was too many years ago.
I don't know.
So,
English was not my strong suit.
yeah, it wasn't mine either. I like math. Math is cool. So
I hate
what
math.
happened was, let's see, now these were talking about, the correct way is just to say worse? Okay. I'm glad I got people in here that know, because they can help me out a lot. And I can't say nothing because I've been a grammar Nazi. I love doing that
They're
stuff.
100% looking at you with that squint look like, what
Yeah,
did
like-
he just say?
Getting this little twitch going on in the eye. So, yes. Let me read this article, the headline again. According to judges, Trump is bound by Obama, not the law and the Constitution. So what happened was, a while back ago in the year 2015, June actually, the Clean Water Act granted the EPA and the Army Corps of Engineers power to regulate navigable waters, which to anyone who understands English means large bodies of waters that are used for transportation of ships. Mr. Obama, with the stroke of a pen, arbitrarily and unilaterally expanded the meaning of navigable waters to include creeks, streams, drainage ditches, everything.
What?
Trump said, no, you can't do that. I'm backing that back down to what it originally meant. A judge in Georgia said, no, you're not. He's a judge in Georgia, and he's trying to make this ruling expand to the entire nation like he has that authority.
It's dangerous, though, to do stuff like that.
Trump is by all means in his right, in his position,
Yeah.
to retract that back out.
I'll take a step further on that.
Okay.
Who the heck is Obama to rewrite Webster's dictionary arbitrarily with the stroke of a pen to redefine a word?
Because that was his quote, remember? I'll get things passed because I've got a phone and I've got a pen.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't have that power. He does not
said
have
that?
that authority.
He said that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Many times.
If they're not going to do it, then I'll just do it with the pen and the phone. With a pen and the phone. I can't do Obama. I really can't. He redefined navigable waters. That's what he redefined. He redefined navigable waters to include not just, bodies of water where ships travel, but also to include like a creek that runs in your backyard. In a field, whenever it rains a lot and you got puddles in there, that's now navigable water. And a farmer has to be careful what he does with it, because the government can step in, the EPA and the Clear Water Act can, step in there and regulate how you can and cannot, the pesticides that you use, different stuff like that, completely outside of what he actually has the authority to do. Because you can't just, because here's the thing, according to law, okay, if you write a law, okay, that, this is going to be done like that, and you use different verbiage and different words, the meaning of said words, unless specifically described in the law that it was written in, means the word, in Webster's dictionary, that's what it means. So, yeah, I threw some South Park in there. But that's what it means. So, like, if you are defining, navigable water, unless you specifically define it or define it a different way in the actual document itself, it means what Webster's dictionary says that it means at that, on that year. So even if they change the meaning of it next year, well, it doesn't matter. It still means what it meant when it was written, unless otherwise, defined on the document itself. So he doesn't have the legal authority to just change the definition of a word because he wants to have more power and make people mad. He doesn't have that ability to do that. Not at all. What say you?
I think, sounds like to me this judge is all for big government being into the lives of, American citizens. Because that's what Obama was doing.
Yeah.
He wanted big government. Government knows when you sneeze, when you poop.
What color it is.
What color it is, who you talk to.
Oh, honey, you're not supposed to do that here.
Oh, you want to hear one worser? You want to hear one that's worse?
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, it just slipped out. I'm
Somebody's eyes twitching.
Somebody's eyes just
My
got done
eye
twitching
is
again.
twitching.
No, you want to hear one worse?
What's up?
This judge was appointed by George W. Bush.
What?
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's going senile.
Yeah, because that's where I'm going to go with that.
80? I don't know how old he is.
Yeah.
All I know, he was appointed by him. But but here's the thing, though, guys. All right, for those of you that don't know, allow me to educate you on something. You have three branches of the government. You have the executive branch, you have the legislative branch, and you have
Judicial
branch.
Oh my gosh, you don't even know? First you flip off the camera.
I was pointing with my finger. Okay, so yeah, those are the three branches of government. You got the legislative branch, the executive branch, and the judicial branch.
Jeez, you can't even say
Now I'm
it
having
now.
trouble with that word. Holy crap.
You're having
So those are the
bad
three.
words
Yeah.
today.
So those are the three branches of the government. The job of the legislative branch is to write the law. The job of the executive branch is to execute the law, carry out those laws. And then your judicial branch is to, I cannot say that word. I'm done. I'm done saying that word. The judges.
Did you just say?
The judges.
The judges.
Did you just say judicial?
I don't
Like
know what I
Jew?
said, but it wasn't right. It was
But yeah, no.
Judicial.
The judges, they are supposed to take the law, weigh it against the Constitution, and if it's valid, it stays. If it isn't,
It goes.
it goes away. And it's not even supposed to be that, oh, well, this is wrong, so we'll take that out of the law. No, it's supposed to be the whole thing goes bye-bye.
Yeah.
The entire law. That's what it says in here. If it's a just law, then it stays. If it's not a just law, the entire thing is scrapped and thrown away. That's what it says. I'm just saying. Okay?
Oh gosh.
Very small document. This thing is only 44 pages. And that's it. That's including the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, all 27 amendments.
Acknowledgements.
Hold on.
There's some acknowledgments
Hold
in
on.
here too.
Oop. Yep, 27. I got that right. Phew. There for a second, I forgot. I know there should be a 28th, but I knew there wasn't one yet. But I still had to check. And then you've got the actual Constitution itself. So 44 pages. There's not a lot to interpret here. A judge's position or a judge's job, their appointed, declared job that's in here isn't to interpret the Constitution. It's to interpret the law to weigh it up against the Constitution. So that also means that, with the Department of Education, the EPA, the Department of Transportation, Newton says, ain't nobody got time to read that. I can read Stephen King's. I can't read Stephen King's, but you can read all of the, the Harry Porker books, but you can't read any of the Constitution. I mean, come on, guys. It's 44 pages. That's it. That's all it is.
Actually, subtract 3 pages because that's the index.
She's got a point.
That was supposed to hit the bill of your hat.
hit my nose.
That was supposed to hit the bill of your hat. I'm sorry.
You're abusive. This is
Give me this back.
Everyone, he abuses us. He doesn't pay us help. I mean,
I don't pay my help. But anyway, so
that's
that's what the whole point of this is, okay? Because the executive branch, they're not even supposed to write laws,
Right.
okay? And what do you have the executive branch doing by fiat? Writing the country.
Laws. Yeah.
They write regulation, which carries the weight of law, punishable by imprisonment, and even worse punishments outside of that. All done arbitrarily by people who do not have, any oversight whatsoever. Not oversight from us. So this is wrong. Okay, this is wrong stuff. Moving on. So what do you think about that?
stupid.
Horse crap.
Exactly. Here Trump is trying to go, and bring it back to the law that it was actually written. Well, not really the law that it was written on, but it was still the regulation that was written by them, not written by Obama. Well, no, I take that back. It was the Clearwater Act. So, it was a law. So he's trying to bring the law back to how it was written.
Yeah, to its
former
origins.
state.
Mm-hmm. And here a judge is saying, oh, no, you can't do that. You are beholden to Obama.
Are you really gonna put a boat in a puddle and sail?
I want to see a boat navigate through a drainage
creek
ditch.
or drainage ditch. I understand maybe a canoe, but that has to be in like a big creek.
I got people asking me if I like Harry Potter. Oh no, I absolutely do like Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah,
I
he
was a definite fan. I've watched every single one of them. Master gave Dobby clothes.
I hate you both because you do that.
Free.
You both do that to me, and I get so mad. Oh yeah, they do it to me because I'm short.
You're getting the mean eye. That was great. So yes, I am a definite fan of Harry Potter. I was just using that because it's a huge book as an example of this compared to that. No contest.
You
So
should see
guys,
some of the
my
stuff.
voice just cracked right there. That was great.
You should see some of the stuff I read.
This is real easy to read. It's easy to understand also.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even I understand it, and I have Waverly education.
right.
It's a
He was processing that. You could see it.
I had to process the words
it's
there.
a tiny village, 40 minutes from here. It seriously
Right.
is considered a village. It is so small.
So, guys, we are going to go ahead and take another quick break. And when I return, let's make some people mad. Let's talk about some stuff. So, Doug, feel free to call in whenever we come back from this break. And we will be... Right, huh?
I forgot he was calling in. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was like,
And-
oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
Hi,
we will be...
welcome. Wait,
Well, yeah.
that's a little early to say welcome, but you know.
So go ahead and call on in. This way I can get the Spreaker. This way I can get Skype up and running and working. And we'll be right back. And then we're going to get into some security clearance stuff. Talking about the security clearance. That made me mad. And then also, what was the other one I was wanting to talk about?
You didn't.
No, that wasn't it.
inform us.
Oh, I didn't even get that. Dadgummit. No wonder why.
Oh God. Well, we should go.
2 minutes. Okay, there we go. Now I'm in it. Netflix, Pooh, NVIDIA. Oh, yeah, an 11-year-old. Yeah, we're going to talk about voter fraud, too. An 11-year-old that changed the election of votes with a laptop computer. And voter fraud isn't a thing. So that's what we're going to be covering when we get back. And then, of course, something else on death penalty stuff that I'm wanting to talk about as well. And we'll cover that after we talk to, what's the number? The number is 217-917-4405.
That was a little fast there at the end. The first was so delayed.
217-917-4405.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Because there's no way in heck I would have gotten that ready.
This is a technical break to make sure that technical stuff is working. So that's what I got to do on this one.
So it might be.
I got to make sure that it ain't going to take that long. Oh, well, you know what? That would help. That really would help. 7. There we go.
You know, yeah,
There you go,
putting
sir.
it there. You know, where he can actually
I
see
didn't-
it instead of you just
Or
shouting
he can just
it at
like
him.
click it and then put it in, and
Yeah.
So that's that's what happens. So all right, guys, quick break, and I will be right back as soon as there it is. And we're back. All right. Well, sir, for some reason that went right to my cell phone, and I have no idea why. Oh, that's why, because I gave you my cell phone number.
That wasn't the problem last time, was it?
No, that's definitely not what the problem was last time.
Okay.
All right. Try calling that number. 217-917-4405. Try calling that one. Sometimes I wonder about myself, guys. I really do. I wonder about myself. Here we go. Here we go. Now we got getting somewhere. No, come in through here. No, I want you to come in through the computer, not my cell phone.
It's still running through your phone.
Yeah, I went through my phone again. It's not supposed to be going through my phone. You know what? We will get this.
Doesn't make any sense.
All right, sir. I'm going to just call you, actually. All right. What if I can shut down Skype on my phone? Because I don't actually want it to go to my phone.
Yeah, I was going to suggest that to you.
Okay. SKY Skype. I gotta love technology sometimes. Because whenever it doesn't work the way that it's supposed to. There. I've taken Skype off my phone. So that this way, maybe, it'll actually work right. So.
And no, I'm not singing.
You're not singing? Oh,
No,
come on.
I don't sing. So if you guys hear singing, it is not me. And this ho-ho's tricked me.
I don't know, man.
I would get so mad.
Hello.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I am wonderful. So I heard
All right.
your. Oh, yes. So I heard your show the other day, talking with Frank. And, you know, is one of the things I've been wanting to do a little something about, you know, the topic you guys were talking about. And I thought that was very, very awesome. You know, how you had somebody from Africa on your show talking about, you know, how he, you know, what his experience has been with it. So you want to tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. I actually have a question real quick for you. I was listening, and I thought I'd ask you, it's a little bit off topic from your question, so I just thought I'd get your opinion first.
Uh-huh.
If that's all right.
Oh, yeah, not a problem.
You're talking about Obama and the law that was being repealed by Trump earlier, and so it kind of got me thinking, what would you prefer personally if you were stuck the rest of your life? Would you prefer to have Obama's ears or Trump's hair?
Trump's hair.
Oh,
I answered so quickly.
that's a tough one.
I answered way too quickly. I'm sorry.
All right. So you want to hear about my trip to Africa?
No, that I thought you were actually somebody else, and I do apologize about that. You know, I'm not sure about that. Obama's ears or Trump's hair.
Just take Trump's hair, man. No one wants the elephant ears.
I don't know, man. I mean, if you had Trump's ears, I mean, just think about your
Obama's
hearing.
ears.
Obama's ears.
Yeah, I mean, the guy on Mad Magazine, what was his name?
I don't know. I don't know what you're even talking about.
I don't remember
He
what his
said
name is.
Amron Newman?
Amber Newman?
Edward
Newman. Ah, okay.
Sorry, we had a whisper from the background.
All righty, sir. Well, I appreciate you calling in, and you have yourself a great day.
All right.
Wrong person, huh?
Wrong person.
All right, so
Forgive
he was
us.
the one that called and not. Oh, well, it happens. Live radio, guys. Live radio. What can I say?
It was a great question. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Solomon, try calling in again. Let's see if we can get this thing working.
I don't know. I think,
Sounds like it works.
I'll be honest, I'd probably have to agree with Renita here. I'd probably go with Trump's hair. He's got some good hair.
He has some decent hair.
I like how it gets pretty wicked in the wind.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
seeing some of
Dude,
those
yeah, it
pictures,
just like-
and he comes out and it's like,
You know, it just looks like an angry guy.
It looks like he
Angry
has
guy.
an angry caterpillar on his head.
Ooh, hello, Bacon. How are you, sir?
Someone's
Or
name's
ma'am?
Bacon?
That's what it says. It says bluish bacon. I love the name. That is an awesome name.
Hi, ow. Hi.
Hi, ow.
I smacked my face off the
Close.
microphone.
All right, so that was all right. Let's try this again. How did that do that? I don't even know. All right. Well, I'm not doing that one again. All right. Let's just go ahead and bring him up like this. Maybe. If I can find it. There you go.
Are you calling him?
I'm going to try.
Watch it be another random person.
All right. Here we go.
Oh, it makes
No,
sense.
this isn't a random person. This just shouldn't be.
Turns
Hopefully
out to
it's
be
not.
Turns out to be his grandma or something.
We may have to.
Oh, sing. You want me to
I ain't
sing?
singing. Go ahead,
Oh.
sing. You can sing.
Oh, no. If you won't sing, I won't sing. Everyone make Ho-Ho sing
I
and I'll
don't.
sing.
No. All right, so that might not be. Oh, okay.
Oh, I was enjoying that, actually.
Oh, here we go. Is that the number I called you on the other day, Doug? I think it is. Where's my S's at? Oh, okay. There we go.
Hi, this is Doug. Leave me a message, and I'll call you back. Thank you.
Why don't you love us?
Oh, he might be busy. Maybe something come up real quick.
Yeah, he might be. Well, I tried calling, and that did not work.
How dare thou ignore us?
Give me a buzz. I'll see it come up because I just tried calling you and it went to your voicemail. So, all right, what's in the cup? No.
That is, well, this is chocolate almond milk. It's amazing.
All right, let's go ahead and move on, and we'll wait for Doug to call in whenever he is able to.
Don't you love how I ignored the joke in that, but actually told them what I had?
Almond
by
milk
the
is
way,
good stuff. So,
I took the last of it, so if you want to drink some of it, don't look at me like that. You read
Oh, he's like, what?
You said I could have it, some of it. And, well, hey, I misheard. You
I
said
don't know
it.
what's in your cup. Oh, hey.
I won't let you answer.
Hello, you're on the air.
I
Hello.
think he butt dialed you.
Somebody did.
We sound like we're in a pocket.
Nope. I got something going on.
Yeah, it sounds like it's in the pocket.
Penis.
Oh, yeah? Gotta love it. All right. Oh, let's see. That number. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
What are you doing with that number?
That.
Yeah, I know what he's doing.
Good times,
Yeah.
good times. All right, let's see. Next story. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's do the security clearance. Let's talk about security clearances.
Let's do it.
Do-do-do-do-do-do. All right. This headline actually comes from NPR. Security clearances under threat in the intelligence community. Yeah, I gotta love them. Oh well. So yeah, what's your thoughts on that?
On
Security clearances under threat in the intelligence community, because I'm sure that most people have heard about who was it that was getting his security clearance revoked because he was no longer in the position he was originally in.
Well, there's been a couple of them that have had that happen.
Yeah.
And the one guy threw a fit too.
Yeah,
Because
that's the one I'm referring to.
Okay. The fact that they're throwing a fit about it doesn't make any sense. And I had explained it to Renita
Yeah, John
here.
Brennan, right?
It would be like, a former employee that I had that was terminated. Once he's gone, there's no reason for him to be back there anymore.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you are basically, banned.
The only reason he
Right,
was
yeah.
allowed to come back was return equipment, and that
Yeah.
was
Right,
it.
Right, yeah.
But that's not even really clearance.
So, the fact that, you get fired, you automatically lose your security clearance. There's no reason for you to have it
Like
anymore.
if you were working
Yeah.
at a gas station, once you get fired, you're no longer allowed behind the counter.
Yeah, they're going to ask for their keys back. There's
Mm-hmm.
no reason for you to have them anymore.
And that's what my view is on that. Because if now I can at least understand. Oh, here we go.
Is that it?
You're on the air.
Is it truly you?
How are you doing today, sir?
There, am I on it? Hold on, I'm on there.
Yep.
Hello?
You're on.
Oh, look
Can
at-
you hear me?
Finally works!
What?
Oh,
Now I gotta
RNR.
get my car. I'm trying to get my car to sync with my phone, to sync with your Skype, to sync with your audience. Wow!
We can tell you're a little bit
Oh,
choppy.
that's got to be amazing.
Yeah,
that
that's
sounds fun.
that's impressive.
I couldn't wait any longer. I tried calling you when I was walking my dog,
Uh-huh.
and I was listening, and I had to go get my pizza and my chicken, so I'm like, well, I gotta go get it. I'll call on the way. You got people calling you that you thought was me, and the guy's like, you want me to tell you about my trip to Africa? And you're like, no. You just like hang the phone up. I was like, no, thanks for the call.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Good times.
That was really funny, man. Really funny. Oh, now there's like a roadblock here.
Right. Yep. Oh yeah. Gotta love live radio.
Oh yeah. No editing, just on the
No, it's awesome. It's really cool. This is sort of the it's the new beginnings of a new. It's the early stages. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we're doing is something that not a lot of people are doing, and we're figuring it out as we go. And so when things don't go right, you have some people that get upset and they're like, oh, they can't even run a show. It's like, look, dude, we're running this for free, trying to figure out how to use like technology, like Skype and Spreaker, simultaneously. And when all these big shots in New York City or in Chicago, they have $1 million budgets and they got 15 people working boards and phones and everything else.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah.
of course, it's not going to be smooth.
Well, that's
But
the
it's
thing.
more authentic. It's raw. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and that's the thing that you and Alex was talking about, because they've been doing so many updates to, to Skype, to Windows, to Spreaker, that, trying to get everything to sync up and work just right it can be such a pain.
Like how you had an update here,
like how we did earlier
Yeah.
today.
and literally it
And
would
it's
not
so
let you
funny.
log in.
It's so funny. We get so angry when things don't work well. Yet, how much do we pay for these things that don't work well? Oh, not much, if anything.
Right, yeah.
I'm going to complain about all this free technology that's not working for me.
Right? Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, I had the computer up and going because we just did a match show just, an hour, couple hours before we came live, about an hour before we went live.
You're getting the glare
And
again.
I'm getting a glare.
From me.
Our show.
I'm sorry from the two of you
It's
to
because it
show.
was his for so long,
Right,
and then
yeah.
it became ours.
But
How long is your show for? Is it an hour long or 2 hours long, or does it just go until it goes?
We have like 45 minutes.
yeah, they do 45 minutes. Mine, it just goes with the flow. It depends.
Okay.
I've done 2 hours. I've done hour and a half. Usually they stay around an hour and a half. That's about where I try
We
to
did
limit
4
myself.
hours once.
Yes, I've done
and
4 hours
regretted it.
once, and I was holy crap. And you're to blame for that one, sir.
The guy on the
Yes,
Really?
I'm pointing,
Yeah,
I'm
Ray.
pointing
I love
at a
it.
guy on
no,
the
no,
ground.
no.
Yes.
We're pointing to a guy on the ground, not you, sir.
Yeah, we have
Yeah,
another
not
guy in the
you.
studio.
Yeah, there's another guy sitting and listening in the studio, Mr. Ray. I'm sure you've seen him on here.
Yeah.
And
thin-
yeah, he's the
thin
one that
blue
got
line.
me. He's the one that got me doing that
He
4 hour
noticed your
show.
hat, babe.
Oh, what was that?
Yeah, he loves your hat.
Oh, thank you very much.
He made a comment about it.
Yeah, I got one of those hats. I have the same one. And you wear it when you go around with it on. Everybody thinks like you're a cop or something. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you a cop, and Yeah, I am. Get out of my way.
Well, yeah. I was just saying. Well, I actually work for a private security firm, and and I go to get gas. I'm in uniform. I look like a cop. Sometimes I get dirty looks. Sometimes I get people asking questions.
And then he gets people that hide in their cars because they're terrified of him because they think they're going to get arrested because they're doing stuff. And
Right. They probably should.
they probably
Get
crap
arrested.
their pants.
Yeah. So, Doug,
I just got back. I'm
sorry,
gonna
go
just
ahead.
turn you down here
Okay.
on my computer so it doesn't feedback. Now I can see you guys. I'm looking at you. I'm back in my house. And you said that you wanted me to talk about the show we did last night with Frank. Is that what you were asking?
Yeah,
The imposter. Go ahead.
The imposter, huh? Oh yeah, that I
Yeah,
asked
the guy that
imposter,
called
yeah.
claiming to be me.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I listened to the show and I thought that was, because this started with a some tweets that were going back and forth on there, and we were talking about division, that the the government and the powers that be do this on purpose to keep us divided and to keep us separated, because the more we are divided, the easier it is to conquer us. And that's one of the
Right.
things of where this really spawned from, at least for me. And I thought that was very, very awesome, you having somebody on the show from Africa to really talk about the differences between the two, and the differences between the two, and just how he's seen racism in our country, and how he felt about it and whatnot. So I thought that was a very awesome way to go, that you did it like that. And I'm actually got to bring up my Facebook chat real quick again because it went away.
Well, I tell you a couple things. I'm not sure he knew that I was going to surprise him with that.
Right.
We're doing a live show. I thought, because I invited him over. He came over with his wife, and just to spend some time, because we haven't seen each other in a while. We usually hang out once in a while. And I said, well, come over to my house tonight, because my family is away right now. My girls are away, visiting family in South America. So I was like, oh, come on over. Let's get some food and, have a few drinks and just spend some time. So then he got here, and we ordered some food. And I said, hey, let's go do a live show. Come on, we'll go do a live show. So we have another room. I already had a mic set up for him, which he didn't. I got to teach him how to get in front of the mic a little better.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it was a little hard to listen to. Well, a little hard to understand. I definitely appreciated whenever you were, kind of reiterating what he had said, because I was having a little hard time understanding him. But I mean, it was a good interview.
Well, you can
though.
listen to it. You can go back. I edited the audio. I remixed it, remastered it, and I uploaded it over the old track. So I got rid of that big gap where there was nothing going on. I fixed. I got he and I to be more level. So yeah, if you it's
awesome.
only like 30 minutes. Yeah, because I didn't know how good it was coming out on the other end. It's hard to monitor when you're actually doing it at the same time.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And I just got this headphone, multiple headphone thing. That's what you're using. What's it called?
Oh,
the headphone amplifier.
Yeah, the headphone
box thing.
Yeah, the box thing.
4-channel.
The
So I got
Behringer
one of
thing.
those so we could both listen. But the problem is I didn't have the right cable, so it was only coming in on one side. It wasn't in the stereo, so it was like, I don't know if this was working properly. So it was the first time I did a show with two people talking at the same time live. I've never done that, so I knew there was going to be some issues. Like, is he loud enough? Am I loud enough? Am I too loud? Just trying to do that. So when I listened to it after it was done, I was like, oh man, this is a mess. I got to clean this up. So I went and I cleaned it up today, and just posted it over the old one. So I mean, if you really enjoyed it and you want to hear it again, so you know what the hell exactly we were talking about. Anyway.
Right.
So he was surprised. I said, come on, we're going to go do a show. And that's why when we were talking, I said, don't be shy. Don't be afraid of the microphone. Get in front of it. And he's like, oh, no, I'm not. I'm okay. But I wasn't expecting this. I just thought it was good. I didn't want him to be able to prepare for it, too. I wanted to just get him hit him with questions and get his true feelings about these things.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
And I got to tell you, we talked for like another couple of hours afterwards, and that conversation that we had post-show was so freaking amazing that I wish I was recording it. I wish I just had a couple of microphones on the table and I was just recording it, because there was some gems. I'm talking gems. Oh, man, it's a shame. I didn't even think about recording our conversation afterwards.
Right, yeah.
Because I think he was warmed up at that time, and then he was able to get and I think when he wasn't in front of the microphone too, he got a little bit more comfortable, and then he was making valid points. His wife was making valid points, and I was just like, wow, this is a really great conversation. We should be doing this on the show right now. But anyways, yeah. So that's how it went. And I thank you for listening, Ho. That was really appreciate the support.
No, my pleasure. My pleasure, man. You know.
I'm sorry,
telling you to keep the glasses
keep them
on.
on because the headphones press on them and it gives me a really bad headache.
Somebody on YouTube was telling Renita to keep the glasses
And
on
they're
because she
already-
keeps putting them on and taking them off again.
They're already broken, and if the headphones push on them, they might break again. They might re-break after third time. Oh, I have a funny story. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, later.
Okay.
So yeah, it's one of them things that, you know, I thought it was awesome how you were, you know, getting the point of view of somebody from Africa and how he felt about it and everything else. And, you know, I definitely thought that was cool, you know, just listening to him, you know. So that was the title of that. I don't remember off the top of my head what the title of that show was.
I just had, I think it was just live show with Frank from Kenya. That's what the title was. That's it. Nothing fancy.
Oh, okay.
Just live show with Frank from Kenya. And, you know, I do remember one thing that they both told me afterwards when we were talking. It just came to mind.
Mm-hmm.
They said, okay, because they're both from Kenya, they told me that black Americans, black people from this country that were born and raised here, sometimes will be discriminative towards people from Africa that have come over from Africa, that they sometimes will look at them like, oh, you're coming here, or you're taking our jobs from us, oh, you're trying to weasel your way into this opportunity. Like they get some resentment from, you know, so that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, the conversation we have is incredible because it got beyond race. It made you look at how it's not just race, like, oh, black and white, that it goes into this sort of tribal mindset where we, white guys, we look at everybody and we're just like, well, we see like black people and we're like, oh, those are black people, whatever, they're African American or whatever. We don't realize that, no, it goes levels deep. It's kind of like us with like, oh, no, you know, I'm Irish American or Scottish American or German American, or like there's different roots, different ancestry.
Right,
and
yeah.
we can pick up on it really quick. Like, I can look at somebody and wherever they come from, and I can determine, oh, that guy's he's definitely like a little bit of an Irish guy or Irish Scottish guy, or he's definitely a Polish guy. But see, we can't tell that with them, but they can. And he was saying, and she was how in Africa, in Kenya, there are different tribes, and they speak all different languages, and the tribes all think they're superior to the other tribes. So what do you call that? You can't call that racism because they're the same race, but they're different tribes. So this becomes tribalism. Like, oh, we're superior to you, even though we're exactly the same, but our language is better, or our people are better than you. And so when you take that same philosophy and you bring it over to America, and you try to figure out this country that's full of people from all around the world, all different shades, and then you try to categorize them into groups, it just makes no sense. It doesn't work, and this is what I think is one of the biggest mistakes that we are making here in America. And when I say we, I don't mean you, I don't mean me, I mean the Democratic Party.
Right, yeah.
That's what I mean. When they are trying to say, oh, you guys need some representation. Like, you guys, you better have a hand that has 7,000 fingers to be able to count all the differences of the you guys. Where I think your conservative American is more like
look, they're all Americans, or or soon to be Americans. So they want to be here for one thing, and that's the pursuit of happiness, and the American dream. And that's what Frank is. Frank came here for the pursuit of happiness and the American dream. And that's why I'm friends with him. That's why I don't see him like some other person. I see him as a buddy, as a pal, because we're both on the same level. He even said it in the podcast last night. He said, when I came here, I didn't even think like I'm black, wasn't even thinking of race. He was just thinking of, I want to go to the other side and see what it's like to live in another country and pursue some opportunities. So I think sometimes people come here from other countries and racism is sort of bred into them. They learn to become racist because they're told that, oh, this group is racist, that group's racist, and oh, you got to watch out for these people. It's like if you do this to your kids, if you take a 7-year-old kid and you start saying, oh, don't go, that guy's across the street's really dangerous, don't stay away from him, he's going to try to give you poisoned apples.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The kid's going to believe you.
Yeah.
And if you're saying that just because you don't like the neighbor and you have no idea if that's the truth or not, and that's what's happening with our culture. You got the Maxine Waters and the Nancy Pelosi's that are screaming out, oh, that everybody's evil, and Trump is evil, and Pence is evil. And I saw a sign the other day that said, oh, Pence, something like Trump, Pence, racist, USA, we don't want this, white national. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a second, that's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous to just think that somebody is one way because it's been conditioned into your head by the evil witch Hillary Clinton, who that's what she did when she was running. That's what her campaign was, to try to breed hatred in America of all the different people. It's crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
That's one thing about where I live, because it's, Central Illinois, flyover America, big town, small city, and we don't have, a lot of representation of different races in our town, but we do have all different races in our town. And it's one of them things that I got a good analogy. Looking at that wall back there, that's Taylorville. Primarily white, but you've got all the other ones just spackled in there, showing all of them of how they're everywhere. So I mean, that's how my hometown is. Not a lot, but all of them are represented, and it's not a separate thing. It's they're amongst us everywhere. And on all different all different levels of of the the
rainbow. The funny thing is, it looks like you got into a fight with a paintbrush or something in that room there, and just went crazy.
That's actually exactly how they painted this room. It was just regular white, and a buddy of mine, they painted the room, just throwing the paint on the walls, and it's
beautiful.
I like how it turned out. I'm like, dude, this looks pretty spiffy.
They even have parts where they press
the
brush into it.
You should take get a what do you call it, a saw that cuts drywall saw, and then cut out a big section of that, and then frame it in a really nice frame, and go to Manhattan, and you'll get somebody to give you like $600,000 for it, because that's how crazy people are there.
Wow.
Yeah, they will. It's stuff like that. They'll get.
You can say it's a one of a kind. It's a one of a kind. I want at least $400,000 for this piece. It's a one of a kind, and you'll sign it on the bottom with you'll prick your finger and sign it in blood.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Absolutely. Yes.
It's some of the artwork today. It's just I don't know
it's sad
how anybody could call it art, but it is.
Yeah.
But I like it. No, I think it's cool. I like what you did there.
Oh, he didn't actually.
No, I didn't do this. This was a buddy of mine's paint job. They're the ones that did this.
Cool.
I just except for this white section back here. That's there was a door there. That's not my fault.
We believe you, sure.
So what else you got on the topic for this evening besides the water rights of America being stripped away from us?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, we were talking about the You know, the security clearance being revoked from various people in there, and I mean, they're throwing up a, you know, they're just being all angry about it, you know. But, you know, my thing is, it's like, okay, if they have, you know, actual, or like, you know, directly involved in an operation, then they should at least keep some level, because, you know, otherwise you can't actually testify on that topic unless you have some sort of clearance in it, in some cases, you know, or at least be present in the proceedings. Otherwise you give your testimony and you leave again. But if you have actual actionable knowledge about an about a situation, about, you know, an individual thing, then sure, you know, be involved in that. But outside that, actually keeping your completely keeping your security clearance, I don't think they should have that. If they're not in the job, if they're not on the job, then you shouldn't have that clearance, you know?
Yeah.
And that's my point of view on that. How do you feel about that?
I don't think that they should keep it, because it'd be the same as being fired from any job. You lose your clearance to anywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to give that key card back right away. As a matter of fact, if you work in Wall Street, in any of the like investment banks or financial companies, and you get fired, you know, typically this is how it works. They decide they're going to fire you. You show up that day. It's like, oh, you're going to talk with your manager. You're going to sit down. So-and-so wants to see you or whatnot. You're basically outnumbered in a room, and they say, okay, we're going to let you go. It's not working out. Okay, well, what about my stuff? Don't worry, we'll clean your desk. We'll send you everything. We got Tony and Rocco here to escort you out so that you can't go crazy. They'll take the key card and whatever else that doesn't belong to you, and that's it. You're sent on your way. There's no opportunity for you to log into your computer and create any chaos, you know, because that's what can happen. People go nuts. So it's not like, well, we're going to give you 2 weeks to kind of sort things. No, you're gone, done. That's it. You're on your way. Give us the key card back, and you're out of the building, and you can't get back in.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Because I've seen pictures where people have destroyed property because they still had access.
And, you know, not only that, you know, specifically being in the information age with computers and whatnot.
Just think about what she just said. They destroyed the property because they still had access. So think about that. Now, see how that correlates to the government. These people still have access. So what does that mean? They can destroy the property. The property being the Constitution, our government, the way things are running. So why should somebody have the access to go ahead and create havoc because their little panties got caught in a bunch and they can't put up with it anymore because they didn't get their little globalist utopia that they all thought they were going to have?
And in a matter of speaking, right, and in a matter of speaking, you know, you got the possibility of, you know, somebody getting access to this operation. I know there's a special word for it, but the, you know, special operations, and divulging information about active, you know, operations that are going on, and people lose their lives because of a disgruntled former employee who still has access and putting somebody's lives in danger. Huh?
Like Benghazi? Like Benghazi?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, people lost their lives because it was just too like, you know, oh, I can't. I'm getting my sleep right now. Don't bother me. I don't care what's going on in the other side of the world.
Right.
Let me know tomorrow how it works out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got the ambassador of Libya, or the American ambassador to Libya, dead. Half of his people dead. The CIA under attack. And thank God you had 13, not 13, it was 13. And thank God you had those former like black ops guys here that actually, you know, keep everybody at bay, or it would have been disastrous.
Oh yeah, it would have been so much worse had them guys not, you know, disobeyed a direct order. It would have been so much worse.
Yes,
because that's what it amounted to. They disobeyed a direct order in order to.
Did they get in trouble for that?
They were like, "We're here. We're not going to let this happen."
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. You know what it is? You know what it is, Ho-Ho?
What's that?
It's because they had too much toxic masculinity, and they had to get it out by defending America, by fighting for America. That's what. See, the thing is, this toxic masculinity thing has got me so angry these days. Because let me tell you right now, you remove all the masculinity. Now, forget the word toxic. That was thrown in there to try to make the word sound
make
bad,
it a trigger
make it look
word,
like,
and yeah,
to taint it, Who wants to you want to remove toxic masculinity from men? When you have a young man growing up, back in the day, it was like, okay, you got to toughen up, pick yourself up,
walk it off,
get back on the field, walk it off. Let's go.
What I tell my kid.
You're gonna let that person talk to your girlfriend like that, or you're gonna let the person no. You better stand up for. What kind of society do we want with like a bunch of little guys that I don't know, they're gonna hand out brownies to people so they like them. Oh, don't hurt me. Here's a brownie. Oh, you want a cookie? Here's a cookie instead. This is retarded. This doesn't make any sense. Toxic masculinity is probably the only thing that's going to save this country.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And look, I don't, and just to speak for the women, I don't think it's good if a woman cowers down as well. I think women should be strong too. Women should be proud of who they are, and they should also stand up and be tough. But it doesn't mean we need to change everything the way we like. They're brainwashing these kids like crazy in school. I see it every day. I have one that just graduated high school. I have one that's going into 7th grade, and I see the crap come home all the time. And I'm one of those very involved fathers. I'm always asking, what happened in school today? Like, tell me what's anything strange, anything interesting. Mm-hmm. They tell me everything. And when I hear what's going on at the schools, my mind wants to just explode. My brain just wants to blow up and just ooze out of my head because it's absolutely ridiculous. The Marxist crap that they teach these kids in school. And I'm real scared for the future of this country because the people that have the most sanity are the older people. Yeah. And, they're not going to be alive as long. The younger people think that they're going to save the world because, we all know the world is just dying. It's dying. I mean, get the water buckets and put the fires out. It's dying. I mean, you think Al Gore... if he was so correct, why hasn't the world just imploded already? Didn't he say 15 years ago? We got 10 years before that's it. We're all doomed.
Oh yeah, the global warming and climate change and everything. That's exactly what that is. I mean, that was it was an attempt at a global attempt for redistribution of wealth. That's exactly what that was. Mm-hmm. That's what they were doing. That's why they were taking money from A and giving it to B. Mm-hmm.
And any scientist that disputes the arguments of global warming instantly loses all credibility, any kind of funding they got. They're immediately ousted from any university opportunities, so they have to go underground. So any scientist that comes out and says, "Look, global warming it's gone way too far. It's not what people think. We're not creating this diseased planet like everybody thinks." Typically, these people are already older and retired, so they can say what they want. They don't have to worry about their future anymore. Because I've seen some documentaries where older, like guys in their 70s. But if you're like 40 years old and you're a university professor with a PhD and you're talking about the global warming and what do you call it, geology and this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And you don't go along with the program, if you don't go along with the mainstream science that's supposedly the science is in, it's 100%. If you don't go along with that, you're done. Well, and I don't know if you know this, but science is never done. Science is never done. It's always going on.
It's interesting you bring it up like that because, the fact of the matter is, the government offers grants to people to do these studies, but the government ain't going to give you a grant unless they basically know ahead of time that you're going to skew the evidence to point in the direction they want you to point. That's why they can claim such a high percentage of people agreeing with this because they're the ones who are paying for the research to be done, and they want it to go a certain way, and they're not going to pay you to do it unless you're going to do it their way.
They're controlling the outcome. They're controlling everything.
Exactly.
It's all... And I mean, just look. Remember this one? Remember Solyndra? Barack Obama thought he was like, you're talking about fascism where the governments basically control the means of production of companies. They tell the companies, look, this is what you're going to do, this is what you're not going to do. They let the companies run on their own, but the government's involved, like with Mussolini in Italy. And so Solyndra was a like high-tech solar company that Barack Obama granted I believe through a grant. I don't have all the details. I'm just going from the top of my head. $600 million, I think it was. I think it was $600 million. If you're looking it up, see if you can find the data. So he granted $600 million or some kind of government loan to Solyndra. And then I believe it was within 6 months or a year, the whole company fell apart and it was like gone. What happened to all that money? Was that some big cover-up? So to enrich the so-called proprietors of this organization, of this solar industry, this alternative energy company? I don't know, man. It's very sketchy, though. And there's so many sketchy things. And look, I wasn't that much into politics because I was working a lot when Obama was president.
Yeah.
So I didn't really look into stuff. So I didn't dislike him or like him. I just thought, oh, he's the president. Okay, well, that's good. But then, towards the end of his 2-year term, I mean his two terms, I think like 2015 or so, I started to like look into him a little bit and see what are people saying about him. Excuse me. And I learned and realized that, man, he was not that good for this country. For some reason, I thought he was probably going to do good things. He didn't do as much as we. I mean, what did he do besides create massive racial tension across the country? In 2016, you had in Dallas, Texas, cops being murdered by Black Lives Matter, maybe not members, but people who were inspired by them. Right. And what did he do? Did he go online? Did he go and say, look, this is not the way we want to, this is not the direction we need to go? No. He just let those things amplify and amplify.
Yeah, he kept it going. You know, he
kept the fire going.
He definitely kept stoking the fire.
He's like, here, have some gasoline.
It's actually interesting, and I was watching the David Letterman, my next guest, the series that he's doing on Netflix right now, and his first guest that he had, the first episode that he did, was Barack Obama as his guest on the show. Reluctantly, I watched it because I was curious. I was curious about it because I know, Letterman's position. I know his, political leaning. And obviously, I know Obama's political leaning. But, I was just curious. And I tell you what, I actually enjoyed the show. It was a very good show. It was an interview that wasn't based on politics. It was just two guys having a conversation. And I'm like, dude, that was actually a really good show. So, I mean, I've got no problem with Obama as an individual. But, man, I hated his politics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I despise the man's politics.
Yeah. Well.
And that's a lot of things, one of the things that a lot of people have a hard time distinguishing is, somebody's politics, somebody's, points of view versus, in a matter of speaking, the value of their character, because it's not necessarily connected,
I have a very democratic friend, and she is one of my best friends. She may be not that intelligent when it comes to politics, but she's an amazing woman.
Yeah.
She's smart. She doesn't use her smarts for what she should, but I can't tell her what to do.
Right.
It's love.
Well, here's the thing. You just made me think of something, Ho-Ho. You talked about how Obama, as an individual outside of politics, might be a great guy, might be interesting guy to be at the cocktail party, but you hated his politics. Now look at what's going on with Trump. A lot of people don't really like him personally because of his back history and so forth, and he's a little shady at certain things. Maybe he's not the best with the way he treats women and all, because he's a billionaire playboy from New York, so he thinks he owns the world. I know a lot of guys like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But his politics are not that bad. if you take a line and you say, okay, let's just separate his politics from his personal character, his politics are pretty damn good.
Oh yeah.
He is trying to correct a lot of mistakes that the United States made, like with trade policy, with immigration policy, with a lot of these. I mean, he got us instantly, when day one, he got us out of the TPP. I think that's what it's called, TPP. It's Trans-Pacific Partnership.
Yes.
Which was another global relationship that was going to basically diminish America's economic power around the world. It's going to make it better for everybody else and worse for us.
Yeah,
and look,
exactly.
Here's the thing. And somebody said this the other day on a show, how all these other countries that have like free college and all these like free health care and this kind of stuff, and they don't have a big military like the United States does. And then this person said, yeah, the reason why they don't have a big military is because we have a big military, and they know that we're going to babysit them if something happens. If the United States decreases their military spending, who's going to show up to fight when something happens, right? We're like the big brother that comes when times get tough. It's like, I'm calling my big brother. I got to call him because I'm scared right now. Someone might hurt me. Yep. And the big brother shows up. What's up, little brother? You all right? I'm here to watch your back. Don't worry. That's what the U.S. is. We're the big brother of everybody.
Yep. And that's one of them things, too. I mean, yes, they may have, totally free education, but, when it's free, you've only got so many seats available. They may have free health care, but they've only got so many beds available. So, I mean, making it free like that, opening it up to everybody, well, you don't have, you have more demand but less supply. The supply and demand aspect of it, and I mean, the waiting lines are huge in some of these countries. Yeah.
You wait 12 hours to see a nurse.
Yeah, just to get a Band-Aid or just to get a Band-Aid over the fingernail you just got done breaking off or something.
Yeah,
so
I stabbed my hand. I decided I'm going to take care of it myself. I probably should have gone to the ER. And
I got
stitches,
super glue. I got duct tape. I'm fine. I got this.
I got a child handing me bandages. I got this.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, mommy, daddy, I hurt myself. We have to go to the hospital. I think I broke my arm. Nah, you're fine. Let me see. I'll set that for you.
I got this, honey. Don't mind. Here's a stick. Bite on that. There you go. We got this.
We'll go. Yeah, if it still hurts in a week, we'll go because it's gonna take a week to wait in line to get seen, anyways. So.
Yeah.
I know that. I don't know if they do this in every country, but I think some countries, people actually have somebody else wait for them to see the doctor because they know it's going to take 12 hours, so somebody else will be like paid a small amount of money. Well, can you stand in line and wait for me? And then you just call me when it's almost my turn so I can leave work and then go show up there. And
sounds like a smart thing to do.
Professional line waiters.
I get paid
What
for
a
that.
concept. I would do that.
I would, yeah.
No, I take that back. I would go nuts sitting in a hospital waiting room. Yeah.
I'd be fine. I'm a loner anyways, but
I wouldn't be able to do it.
As long as I don't have to talk to people, I'm good.
this pizza's good.
Well, sir, that's awesome. Well, sir, I thank you very much for calling in, Doug. We are going to go ahead and let you go and get on to the next topic and shut her down. So thank you for calling,
I'll
man.
be watching.
Bye-bye.
Anytime, brother. Good seeing you guys.
Good seeing you. Bye. Doug Solomon, guys. Awesome guy. He's got a podcast that he does. Actually, he's got a couple of them that he does. Doug's Gone Live and then Me Against the World. Both of them are good podcasts. I definitely recommend checking those out. Available on Spreaker.com. So moving on to the next topic. Let's see. This one, I don't know if you've heard about this one. Oh, we're actually going to cover two of them pretty quick. We're going to cover two of them pretty quick. This headline comes from New York Times. Fentanyl used to execute Nebraska inmate in a first for the U.S. Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid.
So they OD'd him.
Yep, so they got him high like really high.
Like, that's not a bad way to go.
Hey, that's what I was thinking. I was like, dude, if I got to go, why not go like that? But I'm torn.
I don't want to go.
But first, before I give you my I'm torn, what's your input on this?
You said it's a synthetic.
It's a synthetic opioid.
What's the cost of it?
Yeah.
Because I can give you an idea of how much one round would cost,
Yeah.
and it's probably a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Well, it's a cocktail that they give you that's got 4 different drugs in it.
Oh, gosh.
It's got the opioid. It's got a paralytic, a muscle relaxer, and the potassium chloride.
Which
The
shuts your
thing
heart
that
down.
shut your heart down. So yeah, it's got 4 different drugs in it. And I used to. All right, let me see if I can't remember where is that in this thing.
So it's
I have no clue.
basically like just a different form of lethal injection.
Yeah, it just
That's
gets you
what
high.
it amounts to. Yeah, they're getting you high before they
Murder
shut you down.
Well, kill you.
But like I said, I mean
Yeah.
that's as far as I'm concerned. I mean that okay on that aspect at least. If you got to go, why not? So it's got fentanyl citrate, which is a powerful synthetic opioid that can block breathing and knock out consciousness. So that's what they use to, knock you out. The cisatracerium bisalate, which is a muscle relaxant.
You shouldn't hit those words because you can't even say normal words, right?
Right, yeah. Potassium chloride, which stops the heart. And diazepam, which was a tranquilizer.
That's the one that probably puts you to sleep.
Yeah.
So, but that's what they're doing. Now, here's my thing. Oh yes, thank you very much, Doug. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's my thing, and I'm sure you would definitely. Here's my problem, man. Here's my problem. Where is we want to get you to not commit crimes? Where's the deterrent from breaking the law? Where is the, rehabilitation against it? Because if you're, hey, we're going to kill you by getting you high, I mean, is that a deterrent to get somebody
Some
to
people
stop?
know that will make them more likely to keep doing what they're doing.
Because it's not
not scary.
Yeah, it's not a threat anymore. Because we live in a society now that heaven forbid, that you're mean to somebody or you punish them or give them the death penalty. Because that's the big push now is the death penalty's bad. We shouldn't be doing this now.
Well, so is killing people. So
exactly.
I mean,
and I'm old school. I believe in eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth.
That's right. You see, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I mean, because if it's somebody whom, I mean, I like how Texas does it. And yes, sir, this is live. I love how Texas does it. If you kill them, we will kill you back.
Yes.
And that's, see, because this okay. This is one of them. I'm going to make everybody mad. On one hand, if you're going to kill somebody, through lethal injection, through corporal punishment like that, the death penalty, getting high is the best way to go. On the other hand, that's not gruesome enough. We need to bring back, the guillotine. We need to bring back hanging, crucifixion, all kinds of good, awesome, firing squad.
Public executions.
Exactly.
When
Put 'em
public
on-
executions were stopped, crime has gone up because there's no
Exactly.
fear anymore.
Exactly. There's no fear in it anymore. And that's the thing, man. Put that, do it and put it on, put it on pay-per-view. Do you realize how much money you will pay for it and then some, so there's on the other hand. And then on the other hand, because I got 3 hands on this one. Okay, no. So
We're here for you.
So I'm 3 hands of this one, and the Christian in me says there's no, judge not lest ye be judged. There is no redemption from somebody once they have crossed and passed out of the mortal coil. And of which case I say, you man. Because that's not what they're talking about. Again, the misunderstanding of Scripture, it's not saying judging somebody's actions. It's judging their soul, so that's different. But even still, I'm like, you know what? Screw them. Just, firing squad.
Well, you look at some of the countries around the world where
Oh my gosh, yeah.
their penalties are fearful. You take
yeah.
like Russia, for example. Well, if you get put to death, they just take you into a room, put you on your knees, and just put a slug in the back of your head and let you drain off into the ditch.
Yeah.
And it's super cheap.
We still got some
Quick and
countries
easy.
that still stone people to death, hangings, cut your head off, guillotine.
I'm all for
Cut your
heading.
hands off when you
you know.
steal.
I don't know so much about crucifixion because that's not really something that is meant to necessarily kill you. That is meant to torture you.
Torture you.
Yeah.
So, of which case, I'm like, I would be okay with going, okay, we won't do crucifixion.
Unless they're super
Dang it.
bad.
Maybe pedophiles and rapists, okay,
Oh,
but,
yeah, that'd be
with
fine,
everybody
yeah.
else, no.
No.
And I don't mean the guy that was, 18 and his girlfriend was 17. I mean, that's
Yeah.
freaking different, guys. That's not the same. It irritates me that they lump that category is so huge that it
Yeah.
encompasses so many that it's looked at as a bad thing no matter what side of that you're actually on. But, enough of that. Hangings. We used to hang people in the public square here in town.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Nice.
In fact, I think it's over there by where correct me if I'm wrong, sir, but isn't that over by where the Abraham Lincoln statue is? Yeah, it was over
Yeah.
there by where the Abraham Lincoln statue is.
Nice.
So that tree,
Hung people and
and I'm not against it.
no.
I'm going to be honest with you. I mean,
If their crime was that bad that they got put to death, then so be
killers,
it.
serial killers, those are the type of people I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And not just,
Not just, I stole a can of food to keep myself
yeah,
going.
not for no Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas or Los Angeles or wherever you're at. It doesn't matter what video game you're playing. I mean, it doesn't matter. But I mean, if you've killed somebody, if you've done that, murder one, I'll even limit it to murder one, premeditated.
Yeah.
You've chosen to step outside, civil society.
Self-defense, I understand.
Well, that's not murder.
Yeah, that's
not
not
murder.
murder.
That's totally different.
My
That's
mom,
the stand your ground.
My
Yeah.
mom argued on that with me.
There's nothing to argue about that.
Oh, so no, she thought she could.
She would not like me.
Oh, no, she wouldn't. She hates Matt. She hates him.
Well, yeah, but she's a Nazi. I mean,
Hey! Okay, you know what? No, I don't accept. It's bad enough when he says it, and then he gets Gavin saying it. And Gavin's going to say it to her face one day, just be randomly, Nazi. And I'll be like, well, now my mom hates I swear to God, ho-ho. Ho-ho.
Hey, during the elections, who was your mom voting for?
I'm not talking to you now.
we got in trouble.
She voted for Hillary. And then she told Stephanie, this is what actually made me angry, and this is how I agree with you that she's Nazi. Because she told my little sister that she had to vote for Hillary, that Stephanie didn't have a choice. And I'm like, if I come down there...
I got to stop you right quick. I got a good question in the in Mixer chat. Now, I got a question for you here. About what you just said. When you say public executions, don't you think that would anger people in the community by hanging their friends, their family, and much more? We live in a world where nothing is as simple. And I do understand, nothing is that simple. But that's why I'm saying, with somebody whom has, murdered,
like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer, the serial killers, somebody who's killed multiple people.
Or someone who's raped many people.
Well, I'm not going to go as far as a rape because that's not punishment doesn't fit the crime.
Yeah.
But with killing, punishment fits the crime. And in a matter of speaking, here's one of them things. Like, you don't commit crime in China without that expectation of getting caught. You know, they know they're getting caught, you know, and that type of a punishment would persuade people against not committing the crime in the first place, you know. So
it also would change the attitude of people, like they mentioned, family, friends like that. Well, you know what? He shouldn't have done that.
Exactly. You know, and that's my argument. You know, well, they shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't be killing people. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, shouldn't that be the aspect of that we should be focusing on? Not, are they going to upset the family? Dude, he was killing people, multiple people. He shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, it's going to hurt the family, but it gets
well, him getting shipped off to prison for a life sentence is going to hurt the family too.
It's going to either way they're going to be hurt. And actually,
exactly.
Seeing them rot away in prison, honestly, in my opinion, is worse.
True, but the death is it's a deterrent. You know, I understand what you're saying, and I can't say as if I completely agree with you, but it's one of them things that whenever you have crime that rampant, people that are that evil, you know, that are doing that, and I'm not talking about, murder too. I'm not talking about accidental death. I'm not talking about, vehicular manslaughter or anything like that. I'm talking the batter of the bad, the serial killers, those that have killed multiple people. Those are the ones that I'm talking about. Public execution, huh?
Hillary?
Yeah, I'd go along with that too. But that's what I'm specifically referring to, and of which case they shouldn't be doing the crime, because what about the people whom, they killed? What about their families? Don't they deserve that form of justice? Mm-hmm. Absolutely they do. Nobody wants to think about, a lot of people. It's sad whenever we live in a world, in a society where the criminals have more rights than the victims do.
The victims, yeah.
Yeah, they worry about the criminals more, about pitying them more.
I was actually talking about this with Doug the other day, and we were talking about stupid lawsuits, and there was a lawsuit. A guy was trying to break into a house. He was breaking into the house in the kitchen, and the skylight broke. He fell down. He fell on his fell on the table. There was a knife on the table, and he sued the homeowner for having a knife on the table. And he won.
What?
Oh, you got to be kidding.
No.
Who was the judge on that one?
It was the same judge that said that Trump can't.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me.
It was?
I can't say.
Okay.
I don't. I have no idea. I have no idea.
That guy needs to be put out of where his position
but
is.
that's one of them things that absolutely, exactly. Mama Vacker, she put on here, teach your children better, and absolutely,
yes,
teach your children better, because if your children are doing that, you did something. I can't necessarily say you did something wrong, because sometimes you just can't control your kids like that. However, if you instill in them good morals and values, it will be seen.
Especially when they're younger.
Kind of like saying going off of what she said and what Doug said earlier about teaching kids racism. Mm-hmm. If you're teaching your kids wrong, or you're not teaching them right, you're failing them. You're
absolutely, yeah,
destroying the next generation and the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
so
even
teach
their
them right,
future.
and be that example.
And let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess. I'm done.
Okay, good. Stop while you're ahead, please.
But yeah, it's like, teach your kids. Be involved.
I'm sad because I'm not wearing headphones.
It's like, be involved in your kid's life. Like Doug said, check on your kids when they're in school. Ask them what they're learning.
Yeah, I ask Gavin all the time.
It's like, if they tell you stuff, it's like, expound on it. Well, did you know that this happened, X, Y, Z, Because there's a lot of stuff that's not being taught anymore.
I had an argument with Gavin because his teacher told him one thing and it was not correct. And I was like, here's the actual facts. No, I'm not good at a British accent. It goes into Irish.
He wants me to do the rest of the show in a British accent.
I can't.
I don't know if I can do that or not.
Yes, you can. You're a liar. I can't, but you can.
But absolutely, I totally agree with what you're saying right there.
Please, no.
No?
No.
Oh, come on.
I can't do it, though.
That doesn't mean I can't.
It makes me feel sad, okay? I'm kidding. You can do it. I don't care. Just don't
Bloody
expect me to
hell.
do it. Just don't expect me to do it. Because you've heard me, I go into Irish to Scottish to
Right.
God knows what.
Dude, I actually did one time. I was went to go see a movie, and after the movie, we went out to eat. And the entire time I was in the restaurant, it was speaking in a British accent, and they literally thought I was from Great Britain.
Did they ask?
No, but they were staring and listening and laughing. It was great.
No, I think
Thank you.
we've gotten too relaxed on punishments. I mean,
Yeah.
look at Brandon. Mm-hmm. You know, with what happened in the video.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
And that guy
God.
he's not being charged with hardly
He
anything.
got a slap on the wrist, and I'm like,
Well, I know that we're still waiting for the district attorney
yeah.
to step in and maybe
They need
pursue
to
more. But
push
yeah,
for him to get.
I mean, the guy literally walked into his parents' home.
Oh yeah.
and
like he owned it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he owned the place walking in, and Ma Vacker put in here that too many parents are leaving it up to others to do their teaching for them. And you're right, you know.
Either
and that
a-
goes beyond just teaching. That's raising, period, because there's a lot of parents out there. And again, this is one of the things, I get it. You know, it's easier to put your kids and plop them in front of a TV and let them watch Sesame Street all day long. Tickle me Elmo. You know, it's so much easier to
I
do
hate
that
Elmo.
than what it is than to actually raise your children. You know, so
Or-
I mean, like, I get it, but don't be blaming that your children are a bunch of shitbags like, you know, this guy, whenever they wind up in jail, whenever they're 13 years old, or juvenile detention when they're 13, and say, what happened? Well, you put them in front of a TV.
Or expecting somebody else to raise them, like a teacher.
Like a
I mean,
teacher
look at how
and-
many professors that we've got in colleges now that are teaching their own communist views, and these young people are absorbing it because they think that's how it's supposed to be.
Right, yeah. You know, I mean, yeah, it's, whew, yeah.
USA.
Wusa?
Get
Oh, I can't do that. Yeah. But absolutely, though, you know, I mean, it's just. So, yeah, I agree with. I almost broken the song again. That was great. And teach your children well.
See, he's singing now. Oh no, I'm not. I didn't mean literally. I was gonna sing after you. You know that, right?
What is that? What did they say?
Teach. Oh, what did he
no,
say?
what he said,
Oh,
not you.
The damn screens are evil.
The
Huh?
phones and stuff. The phones and TVs.
Oh yes, okay, yeah. I
Jeez, I have to pull you back into track.
am
Do a
not
musical.
doing a musical.
No. Never.
A musical?
If I only had a brain. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
No, I'm not helping you with
shoot.
that ever.
Oh, I.
Wait. I gotta hear too. I gotta take off my glasses again.
Un momento, por favor.
Okay.
We represent. Crap.
Wrong way.
We represent the Lollipop Guild. The Lollipop Guild. The Lollipop Guild. Okay, we're done.
I'm not helping. I am not helping. I am.
Hey, we like to have fun.
Welcome to the late night show with Ho Ho.
Your voice sounds satanic.
What? What are you
Crap.
doing? What are you doing?
What do you mean? What am I doing?
Stop. There's a stop. That was amazing. Stop. I don't like
Oh, come on.
Leave it alone.
Oh, okay.
Leave it alone. Quit touching the
All right.
things.
Well, I could
Sound
do this.
effects.
What?
No sound effects. Go
What
away.
does this button do? Oh.
Which one is the sound effects one?
I don't know.
Oh, there it is. I found it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Here we go. All right. Now say something.
Say a little something in there.
Okay, that was yours. Never mind.
Yeah. Haha.
Okay, now say something.
Come on.
Why? What? Oh. I still hear. Oh, it's from yours.
So if I just talk really quietly, in here.
She's so. Talk about the AI takeover. Dude, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
AI, dude. You've watched Terminator,
I've seen all of them.
you know, all of those, you know, iRobot, The Matrix, even the same thing, you know. And that's, okay. The creator of the computer basically talked of a world of the progression of computers and what that will mean to the human race. Basically, the world he was talking about was a world that would be eventually taken over and run by machines.
Oh, of course it would be. Because
Yeah.
eventually it'll going to come down that humans would be a threat. Mm-hmm. We're the ones that can pull the plug.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Scorch Earth, as it was done in Matrix, an attack on there.
There's iRobot and all sorts of other stuff where
And that's the funny. I mean, I cannot claim those movies as science fiction. You know, science fantasy, sure.
yeah.
Science fiction, no. But it could also be possibly a science documentary because it's a possible future.
Well, have you checked out some of these robots that they've been trying to test to manufacture for military aspects, and they can actually shoot guns?
Yes.
Not a fan.
What? It's like, did you guys not watch any of these movies?
Did you guys not watch Chappie?
Chappie? Yeah,
I
exactly.
haven't seen that one, sorry.
That was actually a good movie.
It was.
I like. You know, it was one of the things that was slow, but it was good.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'd still watch it again. You know, Hugh Jackman. I'm a Hugh Jackman fan.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
There's a difference between Hugh Jackman and huge Jackman.
Oh my goodness. Is that the Dada one or Dada?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I believe in multiverse theory?
I don't know that theory. I think I do. I think you talked about it, or someone has.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Same here.
Yeah. Einstein basically proved it as or I don't want to say he proved it as a theory, but it is a very sound theory.
I don't know what it is.
Well,
I'm young.
we'll talk to you
Okay.
later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll
there's
talk, we'll talk about it
Yeah,
while we're eating pizza.
we'll talk about. Yeah,
Oh
that's a
my
good
God,
time. Yeah, because then
yes.
you got the mushrooms, the pepperoni,
We
the
gotta get-
olives,
We got-
the peaches,
And then we can
the
get ice cream.
avocados, and
I hate
all this
avocado.
stuff and anchovies on pizza. They put
Okay.
avocados on pizza. I don't
Yeah,
think they
they
put
do.
avocado.
They
They
do.
put avocados
My
on
mom
pizza.
got avocado on pizza, and it was disgusting. And I literally about puked on her. I was like, nope.
I never do anchovies on pizza. I don't like anchovies on pizza.
He does.
Well, guys, we're coming up on 2 hours, so we're going to go ahead and let you go.
Oh my gosh.
I know, right? We're going to let you go because we're hungry. I'm a
Yes.
fat kid. Even though I cannot eat like a fat kid, I do try sometimes.
I eat more
You
than
know.
him, and he gets so mad.
and I can put the food away.
They all
Take
eat
it
more
this
than
way:
I
I
do.
can eat a large pizza by myself, easy. So can he.
I had a bowl of cereal for breakfast. That's all I've eaten today.
That's sad.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I bet you are.
I am. Not very hungry, but I'm hungry. I mean, I could wait until morning to eat, but I don't want to do that. Then I do that, and I wake up feeling all weird and stuff.
Yeah, low blood sugar.
I know.
Yeah, that's what low blood sugar is. Oh, welcome.
Oh, I know. Oh, dude, my body yells at me from time to time, and I've learned over the years to listen to my body when it starts to yell at me.
Actually-
It'll like gurgle and whatnot, and the stuff, and I'm like, what the hell? What's wrong with you? And it'll tell me, feed me. Actually, it says, feed me.
Oh, that's adorable.
And I go, no.
I don't know. It was adorable when you said feed me and looked up. It was kind of cute.
Right? Hunger is for the weak.
Oh my goodness.
Consider me weak.
sometimes I get hungry, man. Pizza, that's a good idea. You started this, Mr. Salomon. You did.
Yeah.
Yes.
You talking about pizza.
And we were like, that sounds good. That sounds
Dude,
amazing.
That sounds like a great idea.
That sounds like food.
Some
Food is
Angel
good.
Hose. That's how I pronounce Angelo's. Angelo's Pizza. Good place to have.
Okay.
You already ate? Mm-hmm. Yes, you did.
Yeah, we know you did.
Mm-hmm. It was good stuff, too. You said it was good.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you guys very much for tuning in. Like, share, follow, subscribe, all that other kind of good stuff. That does help me out, especially on, go over to Navigate to iHeartRadio and search for the Ho Ho Show. I am in there. And Google Podcasts, just search Ho Ho, and multiple other different places. So you all have yourself a wonderful evening. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
I'm a goober, guys. I know this. All right, guys. Y'all have a great one.
See ya.
Have a good week.
You have too much fun with these.
I do.